Brahmāstra, the movie, which is a decade in the making and the budget of around 400 crores, is releasing this Friday. Although the boycott culture is heating up, the pre-booking sales are booming for this film. Although I'm excited for this project for quite some time, I have reservations and I expect my hopes come true and my fears go away. So let's look into the strengths the film should have and the hurdles it has to face. Number 1. Great acting. It is no doubt that this film has the most talented and most experienced cast. From Alia to Bachchan sir and Ranbir to Nagarjuna sir, their acting capabilities are non-questionable. So I am expecting their best from this film. Number 2. The pacing of the film. Brahmastra has a reported duration of 2 hours 47 minutes, and with nearly 3 hours of story, the pacing needs to be perfect in order to have a very engaging narrative. These days, our patience for a film is very less, and it's the job of the movie to make us give our attention to it for 3 hours. RRR is the best example for this. Number 3. Great visuals. Ever since the trailer of Brahmastra was released, the film got trolled for the VFX. But as the release date nears, the promo material shows the improvements. And the recent pre-release promo has the best visuals the film released so far. I am hoping that there are more fantastic visuals in the film than we saw until now. Number 4. Too many songs. Nowadays, songs take a backseat for the narrative to be more cohesive, and rightfully so. But we know there are many examples of an engaging narrative getting disturbed by unnecessary songs, and Brahmastra have many songs. I am personally not the biggest fan of the songs in the film, but I cannot wait to hear the song from the trailer. But all the same, the songs have to flow smoothly into the narrative. Number 5. Great and rich character arcs. People are forgetting that this is not a single film, but a trilogy, and I expect many characters to return in the sequels too. So the characters and their arcs have to be great and meaningful. So when you come back for the sequels, the hype will be multiplied, as we already experienced this with the Bahubali films. Number 6. World building. Mahishmati is one of the most loved imaginary worlds we have in the context of Indian cinema. Not only the place, the characters in it, and the tone we are familiar with help the movie hook the audience from the very beginning. And as many fans of Game of Thrones, we can still see the excitement when we see King's Landing in House of the Dragon also. This world building helps to set the rules of the world and has its own character, and when done right, wonders happen. 7. More mythology. As this film is totally based on Indian mythology, I think it can't hurt to give a deep dive into our way of life, and it can be portrayed as a guide for the audience to the story to move perfectly and efficiently. A recent example for this is Kartikeya 2, where they used animation to give an exposition on how the world was in the Dwapara Yugam, and it helped. Number 8. Too much left for the sequel. Every film has to have all the important questions answered by the end of it. If the audience has to wait for 2 more years to get those answers, they feel dissatisfied. But there is also the trick that Bahubali did by giving the most answers and creating the biggest question and leaving it as a cliffhanger. But they did answer every other thing. The film itself should be independent and give a satisfying and suitable ending. Number 9. Great story, obviously. None of the above works if the story is not good. The story takes the first seat, not the visuals, not the characters, nothing. No matter how many beautiful visuals and great characters the film has, if it is not engaging, it will be deadly for Brahmastra. That said, I really hope the story is fantastic, as Ayan Mukherjee spent a decade making the story. Number 10. A collectible break-even number. The situation at the box office for a big Hindi film is in dire condition right now. All the big budget Hindi films lost money in tens of crores, and Brahmastra is the costliest movie Bollywood has ever produced. With a budget of 400 crores, Dharma needs to go for a reasonable and collectible break-even number if they want to make the sequels. These are some of my hopes and fears ahead of Brahmastra's release. Granted, my fears may be uncalled for, but there is a strong possibility for them to come true. I don't think the boycott campaign would do harm to the film if it is good, but if it is not up to the mark, there is a high certainty of Brahmastra being the biggest failure of 2022. That said, I can't wait to watch the film on Friday and share my thoughts with you guys. And it's time for you to tell me what your expectations for Brahmastra? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my thoughts, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more interesting content. We have discussions on films every Saturday. Feel free to check them out. That's it. I'm Man of Fiction signing off.